Hello. We'll get you guys set up in the holder. And Rob, now that's where I'm sitting to work. So you'll have to.
Okay.
You already took my stool, so I grabbed a different stool.
Take the stool.
So I'm just trying to work around you. You're sabotaging me.
I do my best.
Damn it, Rob.
I do my best.
Hi, Michael J. Lassiter. How are you? Okay, so I'm working on a belt right now, so that's what's happening. Rob is working on Apocalypse Mask shells. That is something else that's happening. So, yeah. I'm attaching a nice beaded accent to a leather belt with zip ties. So that's going to be a good, strong way to hold this sucker on. And I'll have to flip it over, do the other half. But I'm 2 zip ties away from that. I've carefully measured this out. This is going on my Grim Reaper. So, and I'll show you guys that in just a minute. But yeah, hope everybody's doing fine. I don't have the TV on tonight. I just don't have it on. So comments are all going to be on the phone. And I'm probably only going to be on like an hour. But this is the time of year where I'm so busy, it's actually hard to stay on, or hard to go live even, because live takes a degree of concentration that I don't always have. And I don't like to just have it on and then give you dead air. So, there you go.
We are busy.
Lots is happening.
You'll see the fruits of all of our labors at trim.
Fruits. Delicious. Speaking of which, Venetian Vampire Ball's coming up. Rob is working on his costume for that. Are you done with your costume for that?
I am, actually.
Sweet. How's it look?
I like it.
You put the fab and fabulous?
I haven't shown it to you because I don't want to hear your recriminations.
Well. Powdered wig up, my friend.
Oh.
Powdered wig up.
I will be.
Okay. Yeah, this is probably one of the more fabulous Grim Reaper designs you'll see, as I have given him some accents, which will catch light nicely. I think the Grim Reaper, he wants to dress nice, you know. He like has to wear robes to work, like that's a uniform. I think he wants to fancy him up. So, this is a very fancy Grim Reaper.
He's sparkles.
Who also, you know, he's immortal, obviously. So he has that long vision. And that means that he doesn't, you know, maintain his stuff all the time. So he's distressed, but it's a distressed fancy robe is what he's in. How's that for complicated?
I would think being a Reaper's probably makes you a complicated person.
What do you think, like, in the underworld pay scale hierarchy? Is Reaper like a good paying job, or is it like a sales job you have to travel all the time, so it's not as good?
Huh.
Are the cush jobs you just like sit in hell and, you know, poke people with a pitchfork, or is that a job for peons? I feel like that's a job for peons.
Torment?
Yeah.
Torment department?
Yeah.
Maybe. I wouldn't want to be on the bureaucratic side of hell.
No, can you imagine like the contract people they have to have?
Right.
Like to go over all the contracts with a fine-tooth comb. And then, you know, all the demons probably think they're geniuses. So, you know, the contract guy going, no, you can't do that. You know, you're going to renege. but
That's not how that works.
I digress. So, we probably have some comments. What's we got, man? So, hello. Well, let me go up to the start.
My understanding of demonic contracts stems from Fantasy Island.
Tim McCall, you're asking me what Transworld is? Tim, get close to the screen. Come here. I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you a secret up close. You know what Transworld is? Transworld is where haunted houses all over the country go shopping. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
It is Walmart for haunted houses. How was the show? Show was great. Hello, Ezekiel. Hello, Andy. Hello, Joseph from Long Beach, California. Doing good, trying to get stuff done. Me too. Hello, Dave. Hello, Josh, Lucas. We are doing great. I'm good. Rob, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking.
And Dave says, hey, Rob. Lisa says, good evening.
Good evening.
Aaron XJ says, hi. There we go.
And bid you welcome.
Dark Nook, it is going great. Haunted houses all over the world. That's right. Haunted houses all over the world go shopping because Ezekiel comes in just about every year from Australia.
But he comes for the sugar fire barbecue.
He does. He comes just for the haunted house thing's a bonus. All right, so gang, I'm going to get back on my bellet here. And now that I've got it all zip tied, I'm going to cut these off. And I will probably come back and melt them a little bit because, you know, zip ties can be pokey. No one wants the old pokey. Not this kind. Rob, could you fire up this, plug this into the cord that is to your right, please?
Yeah.
Now I can go back and melt these later so they're not stabby.
Thought you like stabby.
I like stabbings. Oh, that's her. It's fun to like stabbings. Alright, so now you can see this is fabulous. Alright. Okay, so this is going to go on the Grim Reaper, which is over here behind my giant fat head.
It's a dead man's party.
It's a dead man's party.
Everybody's coming with your body out the door. Your body and soul at the door.
Yeah, I'll admit, I don't really know the words to Dead Man's Party. I know who could ask for more. I know that one.
It's not a really complicated refrain. Classic Oingo Boingo.
Oingo and the Boingo.
To this day, I can recognize everything Danny Elfman does now. All his stuff sounds. He has a style.
Oh, is Oingo Boingo Danny Elfman?
Yes.
Oh.
Was. Then I think he did Beetlejuice and never went back.
Yeah. Well, would you?
No.
Speaking of which, I'm probably going to be a millionaire soon because I bought a lottery ticket. So, just keep a lookout.
For Alan to retire.
Yeah. Stop seeing videos. Maybe I won.
Maybe you won.
Okay.
If I won the lottery,
Is you guys is mobile.
I get to fly to transfer.
Steve says hi. Stacy Hawkins says lovely.
See?
Transworld is a 4-day show. Yes. Transworld is the best show on earth. come to Canada and do a teaching program, I would love to.
That's what we're talking about, eh?
Anything I'm specifically excited to see at the show this year? Well, at Transworld, I always look for the new stuff that Gorgalure is doing. I look for the new stuff that Scare Factory is doing. I look for any new things that Fright Props might happen to have. Immortal seems to be blowing it out of the park.
Man.
So, yeah.
Very excited to see all the Immortal products.
Well, that's why I was having trouble getting that sucker on. Take this off. This is like an overbelt. This one was a little low.
Dark Stitches has some pretty good stuff coming out this year too.
Yeah?
Yeah. ATX, pretty consistent.
Yes. You are correct. I'm putting this belt around his butt. That's the problem. Oh, different world now. I didn't want to feel my foam dummy's butt. I'm like, why is this belt falling off? So I had it around his glutes as opposed to around his belly.
It's modeled off.
He ain't got no butt. All right. That's better. Okay, so yes, I do have some scarecrows, but I'll show you the scarecrow I got cooking later. Hello, King Nidio. We are also in Texas. Yes, and if someone out there does win, like, the $500 million lottery, think of me when you open your haunted house. Maybe buy a few products. Perhaps purchase a Rob. A lot of people think that Rob might not be for sale. And if you think that, you don't know Rob, right?
I am available for endorsements.
That's right. All right, so this is pretty much the Reaper. Now, see, you can see some of these age spots here. That is actually copper spray paint that I aged him down with on, let's flip around, turn around. And that's the Scarecrow. I'll show you him later. But, see, he's got a hood, and that'll go, the hood will go up over his head. I haven't aged that yet. But he has this nice beaded cowl on top of the hood cowl. And then there are these pauldrons that we did. And that's on each of his shoulders. And really, the beading stuff is just there to give a little bit of class to this, and to add a layer and to add something to catch the light a little bit. And you can see it's a wobe, and it's a stilt costume, obviously. So let me back up. You can see most of it in a stilt costume. Told you, Dark Nook, they got some good stuff over there. So yeah, you know what? And I really like how that beaded piece hangs.
Oh, wow.
And it just adds a ton of detail and character to that. Which is important for a haunt costume to catch the light. Because they're in darkness so much, Yeah, I have to finish tattering the bottom of the robe. But he's on his way. And his mask is, of course, just an LED skull mask. And this guy here is my Scarecrow. And he has flicker LEDs for his eyes. You really can't see them flickering on the YouTubes, but I can.
You're awesome.
And you have a lovely view of Rob right now, but the Scarecrow coat is behind him. It's not all the way set up, but you can see the Scarecrows. He has his hat, his gloves are over his shoulders. So there's the elongated fingers, gloves. This is a really nice material. I thought would look a little hay-like in here, and that's what his inner shirt is made out of. He's just waiting on some pants, and once he has pants, he'll be in better shape. Thanks, Bob. These are costumes. These are costumes. Now, if someone wants them as a prop, I can certainly do that. It all just, depends on what you want. I should never do that again. That was a little weird. Yeah. Yes, Scott, the link you sent me works. And I'm now caught up. Okay. What I was thinking about doing, now see, this looks pretty darn complete, but I was going to add this trim. This is a chain trim. And I was going to add this to look like it was what was holding the pauldrons on. And it would go here, and so there'd be a cross of this underneath on his chest. They would go around to the back side of that same one. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Rob, what do you think? If there was a crisscross of this, let me just put it here, and I'll just do it this way for now so you can see it. And then, so it looks like they're strapping, holding the pauldrons on, I think that's too much.
I think it's too much too. I think it's too much because you're going to have to get through it to get it on.
Well, yeah, but I would just have it attached to the outside of the robe. Like, I'd sew it down.
Oh, okay.
So it's just part of the robe,
But if it catches on stuff, I think it's too busy.
Yeah, I don't think it needs this.
It doesn't.
So...
I always think about it. I always look at that and think, what parts of that are going to get caught on the hook? Not much. It's a lovely piece. That'd be a great keyline jerkin.
Hello, Linda. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave it without that because I don't think it needs it. That means I wasted this money on trim, which means I'm going to put it on something. It's going to go into a drawer. It'll live there for a while.
You put it on something else.
I don't know how many weapons the Grim Reaper carries.
One, a scythe.
Well, I don't know. Is that even a weapon?
It's for reaping. It's metaphorical.
That's my favorite Metallica song.
Metaphorical. Metaphorical.
Yeah, even that I think is too much. He looks more like an 80s band member now. He's a teen reaper going through his punk phase. Let's just get rid of this. Yep. All right, so that is done. Aside from shredding up the bottom of that robe. And that is something that I can do another day. What will I do now? Okay, so this year at Transworld, I said a few years back that Classic Halloween is on the upswing. I think Classic Halloween is still on the upswing. So you'll see more scarecrows, you'll see more pumpkins, you'll see more black cats, some of that. I think Satan-y, demon-y things are going to be on the uprise because there's been a huge uptick in those movies. So a lot of, it'll probably land on demons because ghost costumes are still tough. People don't know what to do beyond a sheet, a sheet ghost. So you won't see a lot of those. But I think you'll see demons, and I think Apocalypse is going to be way up. Best new vendor was a guy who did Apocalypse stuff last year, and I think a lot of people keyed into that. I mean, I had Apocalypse masks last year, but you'll see more and more of that. So I think Apocalypse, like rusty, dirty goggles, Apocalypse gas masks, and which have been around, but not like on a main upswing. This is the first year you're going to see stuff at Transworld for Art the Clown and the Nun. They haven't really been around yet, but I think they'll be there. And if vendors are getting a foot up, they're going to look at the trailer for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and maybe pull a couple of the characters that are featured in that in.
La Llorona as well.
One of which is I don't think La Llorona is going to make a big splash, simply because Slender Man tanked so hard, and people are going to associate La Llorona with Slender Man, and I think she's not going to do well. Rob,
Yes.
why don't you take the camera for a little bit and talk folks through your mask shelf here
Oh,
and things that you have done,
things that I have done.
and catch up on comments.
Comments. Hey guys.
I'm going to take this back to the house.
Underworld costumes and masks. Nice. Alan, have you seen the trailer for Brightburn?
Not yet, no.
I am so excited about that movie. Brightburn looks great. It's James Gunn, I believe. He's a producer on it. It's gonna be awesome. But these are the masks that I'm bringing to Transworld. Some of them are finished. Some of them are on there that aren't finished yet because I had them up there. I was doing a count, seeing how many more I had to make. We've got everything from clowns, werewolves, Japanese demons. Thank you, Josh Lucas. Leprechauns, plant monsters, a couple of different witches, orc, the last piggins, zombies. I'll have several different kinds of zombies, some werecats as well. This is just what I'm bringing to Transworld. We'll see how they go. Everything from haired to non-haired. Most expensive masks I'll have plant monsters. So that's fun. But Brightburn, I'm very excited about. I like the idea of the Superman type character just going way sociopath. The cheekbones? If Superboy hit puberty and turned into Michael Myers, that's fun. That's good. What cheekbones, Lisa? There's a lot of stuff going on there. I don't know. So yeah, but all these will be available. Oh, thanks. All these will be available at Transworld. And any that don't move, we will end up taking them to MHC as well. So, thanks. There's 4 of them. There'll be 4 that are available. They rattle pretty well. They blend right into foliage. They're a lot of fun. A lot of teeth. This one right here, that's a Japanese demon. We can bring him a little bit closer. Got the crazy red hair. Little nuts, a little crazy. These guys were a lot of fun to make. They really were. I enjoyed making these. Hello. Thank you, Pretzelbot. Yeah, Alan is so adamant against doing clowns, I decided to do 2 clowns. Just for fun. Mainly to annoy him. But yeah, they're pretty funky. I'm not sure how well they'll do. You want a close-up? All right. Bring you one of the clowns. They're hideous, man. I mean, they're just some ugly things. Wanted to give it a shot and see how it went. Putting everything back together? No worries. I've got about 24 more masks that are in various stages of getting finished. That whole rack will be filled out with masks when we present it at Transworld. We've also got some pretty other cool stuff coming. If you look over there, we have a new set of teeth sets of teeth that will be moving as well. Reasonably priced. We're also going to have Stilt Beast Studio shirts, hats, aprons, stickers, all kinds of things. I mean, we're excited. We've got some friends that are going to be moving our accessories as well. We'll have a couple of different stilt walkers in there. If any of y'all see me there, I'll be one of the stilt walkers running around in the booth and on the sales floor, doing stuff. And I'm very excited about the Venetian ball, the Venetian vampire ball. I will be wearing a powdered wig. I custom painted a mask, custom designed, created the costume. It's going to be fun. Do we have a website? Yes, stiltbestudios.com. We do absolutely have a website. I'll double check right now, just for funsies. Sorry about that, guys. So we're back. Sorry about that. I apologize. Stilt Beast Studios. Yeah, we are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. I believe it's stiltbestudios.com, Church of Halloween. I'll put links up. Yes, we got it. Nope, that's not it. I don't know. It's stiltbestudios.com? The name of the website? Yeah. Churchofhalloween.com. Yes, Stilt Beast Studios. We're not Haunt Dogs is affiliated with us, but we are not Haunt Dogs.
Yeah, I have given away the company of Haunt Dogs to someone else.
Yes. A good person, I assure you.
As Haunt Dogs have a lot of little fiddly bits with it, I ain't got time for fiddly bits.
He ain't got time for fiddly bits.
I also don't have time for this sweatshirt. I'm too sexy for this sweatshirt. So sexy for this sweatshirt, it hurts. Warm. It's warm. Any questions for me, or did you handle it?
I handled it.
Good deal.
Yeah, do you know about Brightburn, Alan?
What is Brightburn?
Okay, so somebody put a description of it that's perfect. Imagine Superman hits puberty and turns into Michael Myers.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed.
Well, then the world is just destroyed.
Yeah. He's a sociopath murderer. It's fantastic.
But he's a superhero.
But he's Superman. It's Superman's story, only when he hits puberty, he goes horribly wrong.
Well, that's terrible.
It looks fantastic. It looks very, very good.
You know what I'm going to do? It's exciting.
Mm.
First of all, I'm taking all my freaking clamps.
What?
I'm going to
There's a ton of clamps right over there.
work. Ooh, some werewolves.
You are?
There are some clamps over here. Yes.
Yeah, a ton of clamps.
Because it's time for werewolves to get haired up.
Which ones? Oh, you're...
Tell them a fun story about this last show from Dark Hour while I grab the werewolf nest.
Well, the last show we did was Fever. So it was, we combined two shows, which is our Valentine's Day show, Love is Blind, and our Spring Fever show, which is Spring Fever. And we did zombies. But what we did was Rage Zombies, a la movie with a number in the title. They were rage zombies, so instead of lumbering zombies, we had fast,
You mean
angry...
like the zombies from the movie 7? That's the movie with a number in the title.
Yes, zombies from the movie 7.
Or like the zombies from the movie 13 Ghosts.
Or Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Those have got zombies.
Plan 9 from Outer Space does have zombies.
Just tell them what they're like.
28 days later. And they were raged and fast and would run at you full force. It was so great.
Sometimes you even stop on time.
Are we putting the teeth in line to sell? We're asked by Josh Lucas.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. After Transworld or prior? Or
Probably, hopefully prior. Depends on my wife.
it's not.
Not that I'm implying she doesn't work hard. I'm just implying that she may not know how.
What he's implying is the answer to that question is a pay grade.
Yeah. We don't know it.
We don't know. We'd have to ask Shannon. We don't know. That's entirely up to her. She's been busy. They just got back from a training session in Georgia, and this weekend was kind of shot for them. But yes, we do plan on selling the teeth online for sure. We have a lot of different types. I could show y'all if y'all are interested. Ban an adventure. Okay. Shannon's watching. She says pressure.
Right, White, get on it.
Hello, Dark Illusions. See, these are the teeth that we have right now. We've got Undead, Soul Eater, Wolf, Demon, Id, Ogre, Zombie. Zombie and Undead are two different styles. I will release you. Release the Kraken. I will take you from this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. That's not helping anybody. Give me a second. Let's see. These are the teeth that we will have available at Transworld. And as you can see, we have a lot of different options. They are made by Trick or Treat Studios. So just to be sure, you know where we're getting them. We're very excited. And they are actor teeth. And we have a really good deal. What were they going for again?
$20 at Transworld. So probably 25 on the website, but 20 at Transworld.
At Transworld, $20. They come with a case. They come with extra thermoplastic eats. Stiltby Studios, as you can see. So it's got a case that you get to carry around with you. For $20, that's a pretty good deal, I think, for teeth. Alan's going to put in a set right now and show you how good they are.
I am.
And I like them. They're comfortable. I don't have my set with me at the moment. I have the Ogre for something else that I've been doing on the side. I work at Renaissance festivals and I do other events all through Dallas, DFW, in different costumes and stuff. It's not all scary stuff that I do. Oh, no worries, Josh. We're here to help. We're here to help. And I'm about to start cranking out the base forms for Apocalypse masks. We got 38 of y'all watching. That's awesome. You ready? Here he comes. He's ready for his close-up, Mr. DeVille. Those are nice.
And with two pairs of teeth in, it is difficult to speak because I have a lot of teeth in my mouth. But with practice, you can speak with teeth.
You guys preppers? We're getting there.
We're Transworld preppers. We are not apocalypse preppers. Preppers is a very hard word to say with teeth.
That's like extra preppers?
Do preppers go grow peppers in their garden? Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you, talk to Rob. I'm putting you
Hey
back.
guys, I'm back. I am doing baseline work on getting these masks prepped, and then I'll start gluing them together and heat shaping them. Hello, Mr. Hops, this is Dark Illusions Mask Company.
Hello, Dark Illusions.
Here it is 8:30 at night.
Dark Illusions, I think I see you doing stuff on the Instagrams. Good stuff.
Good stuff. All right, bye guys.
Yes, I'm taking you away.
You want to see a dead body?
I just feel like the Stand By Me kid dragging the other kids to see that life anyway. Look at that beautiful Grim Reaper.
Roll that
I
beautiful.
think he's fancy. I like him.
He's a supervisor reaper.
Yes. So, these are my Wolfman mask with a two-part. It's a moving jaw. There's another company who makes a lot of moving jaw masks, who makes great stuff. That's Mad Monster Party masks. Really, the only one that I sell like this in my line is the Werewolf.
Turns out you love werewolves.
So I did a lot of soul searching to figure out where I figured out how to do this. And you know what it was, Rob? It was, I now know where I got the idea for this. It wasn't anything exactly the same, but it got me on the right train of thought. Ghostbusters had a line of toys.
Yes.
And Egon in particular, when you
squeeze
squeezed his
his
legs, his head stretched up.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how I figured out this is flesh, and you just make sure it's flesh under there, and it looks like it's the same thing. and that's how I did when it came 97, it was time for me to make a Yeti, and then in 98 I made the Yeti. 99 I did a bat creature. Same way.
Same process.
Yeah.
Just
Same.
like that.
Yeah, aren't those good toys? There was also a Wolfman who, when you squeeze his legs together, his arms, his head went back. Arr, arr, it was great. But anyway, and I love that Wolfman action figure because he had blue pants, a white ripped shirt, he had a snout.
Yes.
He was a good wolf man,
He was.
not a werewolf, and he was awesome. I need to buy that toy on eBay, like
It's
right now.
$300.
No. In the end, like KB Toys, they were like $4, dude. They were terrible. They were super cheap. But so I'll probably pay $20 for him. I would pay $20 for that toy right now because I miss him in my life.
So you know, the real Ghostbusters is now streaming on Netflix.
Really?
Yes.
The cartoon?
The cartoon.
That's what we're watching all day Sunday, dude. That is happening.
I'm so good for that.
And we've gone round and around on this,
So
cartoon-wise.
So
A
excited.
real Ghostbusters is the one with Egon, Peter Venkman, and all that.
Yeah, not
there
the real
was-
Ghostbusters with the car and the.
That's the
grill.
original
But
Ghostbusters
they were also the real Ghostbusters.
until they
No.
became the original real Ghostbusters.
Right.
They're the ones that had a gorilla, which I should have liked the gorilla better because I have a gorilla thing, but I didn't.
Hey, we could totally cosplay that.
Anyway.
No one. Only 10% of the population would even get it.
No one would know who those
And
are.
you could totally be a gorilla in fedora.
I could. I'm a fedora away from being a gorilla in a fedora. I'm one fedora away from being a gorilla in a fedora. That's how my life works. I kind of have a gorilla thing. I like hairy bipeds. I learned recently on Facebook. I did a whole series of underappreciated monsters. I did like a lot of those, and I like hairy bipeds. Turns out, not like biblically, but you know,
Platonic.
yeah, platonically. I enjoy their company. I want to have them in my life.
That's right.
Now, Dusty Mask is clean mask. Ooh. Now, Rob does have a habit of putting masks on a head form, and he just kind of puts it on there, and then he leaves. So this mask has been on this head form looking like this. See this weird wave thing? And it's just like a manta ray werewolf. What is this head shape, Rob? What did you do here? So this one will need a little bit of, but this is good because you guys can see how to reshape a mask. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah,
I'm taking the hit. I don't even know if
it's actually not bad. I'm pretty sure that Rob did it.
I'm pretty sure.
This is the kind of peon task I make Rob do. It's like, Rob, sweep the floors, mine this coal, hang up these masks.
I do a lot of that. There's a lot of coal mining going on.
You know what? This actually, on a human head, it's not that bad. The hair will tame down. You're lucky, Corey. You're lucky.
I dodged a bullet.
You bodged a bullet. Okay. Yeah. All right. The Ghostbusters Wolfman figure is $45 on eBay.
I told you it was going to be expensive.
Probably. Not this week because I got to prep for Transworld. If I do good at Transworld, I'm definitely buying a Ghostbusters Wolfman action figure because I need it. You know what one of my other favorite figures was? Caliban from the DC Secret Wars line. Because he's kind of gorilla-like too, but his arm would always break because you had to like squeeze his arm to do something. But anyway, I had a couple of those.
The toys I want better are the Insectars.
Just sectars. It's just sectars. It's not insectars. It's just sectars.
But you had the spider.
Because they're led by General Spydrax,
Ah, yes.
and then there's Waspax, who is part wasp, and
That's a cool He-Man character, too. The bee guy with the wings.
Buzz-Off was not a cool He-Man character. You are mistaken. You take that back, Robert Corey. You take that back.
Well, he's not the best.
Anyway. You know why I liked Silverhawks better than Thundercats? Because the Thundercats sucked at naming their villains. There was,
Mumra.
well, there's Vulture Man. You know what he was?
Vulture.
He was like a vulture man. And then there was Jackal. You know what he was? Or no, it was Jackal Man. It was Jackal Man.
They were
You
all
know what he
jackals.
was?
Yeah.
He was a Jackal Man. Yeah. Whoever's day it was to name him, they really phoned it in. He's a mummy. Let's call him Mum Ra. I get like the tie of the Egyptian god. That's cool. However, when I am working on naming like characters for the haunt show and whatnot, I completely follow those principles. The audience doesn't want to work hard, you know. Just call your witch something simple and witchy, and people will be happier.
There's somebody I was talking to who's working on a name for a character in his D&D game, and it's going to be like 42-letter name.
My buddy John, his character in a D&D game was named Ampu Ampuat, because we had a
That's straight out of Discworld.
It was a Wallace Budge Egyptology book, which, by the way, they read like stereo instructions.
Right.
And Son of the Jackal, it was sounded to us like Anpu Anpuat. So that was his name.
That sounds like it came straight from Discworld.
Yeah, it does. It does sound a bit like Discworld. Which I'm only a little bit familiar with Discworld. I read all the Guards series I've read.
Yeah, those are fun.
I read some of them.
The color magic's really good.
Not a lot of the wizardy stuff. I haven't read that.
You'd like Mort.
Mort. What's Mort?
It's about death.
I haven't seen that.
Death
Haven't read
takes
it.
a holiday and finds a guy named Mort and appoints him as the Reaper. And he doesn't
Nice.
enforce the rules, so the mouse god of death just doesn't kill anybody. It's just fun.
I know that at one point there is, he has to recreate someone's house
Yes.
because like the underworld is like his, he can just imagine it and it exists.
Yes.
And so he makes a bathroom, but he doesn't know that pipes are hollow because he's never looked inside of a pipe. So his pipes are solid.
That's nice.
Okay, so let's see what these fine people. 47 people are listening to me talk about Silverhawks toys and
Yeah. You're an
watching me
influencer now.
yell at Rob.
Yeah.
50 people.
Told you, you're clamoring fans of them.
We haven't been live for a while.
Yeah.
Live chat. Best toy figure Modulok from She-Ra. No. Modulok was from He-Man. It was from the Master of the Universe line. It was not a She-Ra. Modulok did come out after She-Ra was released, and Modulok was part of the Evil Horde, but Hordak on the cartoon was a She-Ra villain, but came out with the He-Man toy line. Just to clear that up. Take that mask off your face. Well, you're not very nice. That wasn't a nice thing to say. I just look like this. I'm working on the werewolf masks. Okay, I'm going to paint them this evening. Okay, we're in live chat. But Modulok was awesome because it came in it. Has a lot of different options and variances to it, which is really nice.
I think here's just the evolution of Trapjaw.
No, Modulok was very different from Trapjaw.
Well, Trapjaw had the interchangeable hands.
Yeah, but Modulok had like a praying mantis butt and stuff. I mean, very different.
Mantis butt?
Any progress on the pumpkin epiphany? Oh, gosh, no. That is an idea that I had, and I have filed it away where I need it, and probably I won't get to work on that until June.
You had a pumpkin epiphany?
I now know exactly how to make nice-looking fake pumpkins for like $1 a piece.
Oh.
Yes. Each one should take about 25 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it a mold?
No, not molded at all.
Really?
Pattern. 2-inch thick upholstery foam that you just sand the edges down before you glue it together.
Yeah.
So if you make all of your spherical pieces
Right.
and then sand it down so that it's like a boat almost
Yeah.
on a belt sander,
Yeah. Yeah.
glue it together, you've got a beautiful rich pumpkin.
You do.
Yes.
Holy crap.
But it's got to be like real thick upholstery foam to get the depth and the shape of the pumpkin.
And then spray paint it. Well, not spray paint, but
The Renaissance Grand or I think it's a Marriott now. The one right across from the center is really good. The Drury is also very nice. I will have the werewolves at Transworld. Yes.
Holiday Inn has breakfast.
They're going to get their own shelves. Drury has dinner and breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right. But we don't stay there. We never stay there.
I've stayed there a couple times.
I don't know where I'm staying. I'm staying where we're at.
The flesh tone deformed mask, very nice. They're almost done. They're going to be, they need to get a little bit more paint work done. Well, this guy's done. This guy's all the way painted. They're going to become Santas. They're going to become inbred Santa. Right now he's just an inbred, but I'll add the beard and the hat, and he'll be inbred Santa.
So we should take a vote. Do they want an elf hat on the little head?
They're not going to get one.
I think that's funny. This little elf.
Drury also has free cocktails. You bought 3 and made a super modulock. That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Hold on. Captain Bizzerly and Dragonstein? I don't know what that is. Hooray, Samantha. I'm glad that your 2-year-old likes the Monster Mask Man. Apparently she was watching and she turned it off. And the 2-year-old kid's like, no, turn off Monster Mask Man. Hooray.
Nice.
All right, we're going to paint. Was going to paint some things. And this time, Rob has done a good job of putting away the mask paint, so I have to go get it.
Yeah.
Will miracles never cease? Rob did good.
Don't let it go away.
Nope. Looks like a kid in the morning. I'm going to do things a little differently, I think, on this one.
How many masks did you bring out? Just 2?
Yeah, I'm going to paint 2, and then I'll paint 2 more. And that's probably all of the werewolves I'm taking to transfer.
Just 4?
Where's the white, Rob? Our white mask paint. Will I be right here?
No? Did you find it? Yes.
I think.
Are you sure it's not flesh?
Yes, it's not flesh. I want the flesh.
Oh, here. Here's flesh. Here's white.
Great. Bring me those.
There wasn't room, so they were on that shelf.
And would you hand me a brush? There's probably some right there. Nope.
I don't want to get you fresh ones. I've already put them on the list.
You did? You added chip brushes?
I did.
Thank you. Alexa, read me my shopping list. She mutinying?
Alexa, did you know somebody we worked with had never heard of Greek fire? Somebody you'd expect.
Is that Jake?
Ian.
Oh. Oh yeah, I do expect him to know it.
Yeah, he had no idea. He'd never heard of it.
Recipe lost to the world, sadly.
Yeah, he didn't understand. He didn't get that either. We think we know how it was made. It all came from lost technologies. Like he didn't. He's like.
Yeah, they're definitely lost technologies.
And then I was like, well, you can't deny Greek fire. And he was like, what's Greek fire? I'm like, oh my god.
Well, they've also found skulls where there's, like caveman skulls.
Surgery, brain surgery.
Brain surgery.
Yeah.
They did brain surgery because the skull was cut open,
Yep.
healed, was put back together
Yep.
with little plates, and then
I
that
think-
person lived for many more years because of how the bones grew. You can tell.
I think it was trypaning more than anything else, though. They're just relieving pressure.
Maybe.
I don't think they were in there like snipping things out. We don't know though. We don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, it's so crazy to think that they even,
Would.
would cut the brain open.
Not only that, but they knew how to prevent infection.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Going off the rails on a big train.
I pick up infections at work at least once a month.
Rob, you might want to not pass that around.
I'm kidding. It's just I cut myself.
He's our officer in charge of tetanus.
Yeah, that's me.
So I'm going to base this guy out in gray because I'm going to do gray fur on him. And I'm going to base out one in flesh because, well, he's not going to, I'm going to do him in brown, I think, because he's going to have brown fur. Now, that's a little counterintuitive to how, to me, they're all flesh colored. And then whatever color hair it is, that's the color hair they've got. But a lot of people have commented that they would like to see the skin color match up with the hair a little bit. So this is a concession. And I don't think it looks bad. And this is how distortions used to do it. You want a brown werewolf, he's got brown skin and brown hair. And a gray werewolf has gray skin. And, but then I'm thinking about like animals, that their skin color doesn't change. The polar bear's got black skin.
They do.
And they got the whites. And I know all this back here is covered with hair, but I'm just going to hit it anyway. I'm a bit of a completist.
Do you think polar bear hair is white to aid in hunting in their environment or to absorb sunlight for warmth?
I think both. I think it's camouflage as well as what. But if they wanted to absorb sunlight, it'd be black.
Right.
It'd be darker, and that's why their skin is black. And their hair is actually translucent tubes, but all of it together
Looks white.
looks white, like a roll of Saran wrap. You look into it, it looks white, but it is actually just all of the layers.
I will trust your personal experience with polar bears.
I don't have a lot of experience with polar bears, aside from almost being shot while wearing a polar bear costume.
It's more than I have.
Which is a tale that I have regaled you guys with on many occasions. And I will not tell it again.
It's one of your better ones.
Well, only because you like it because I almost died.
Well, it's not my favorite story of yours, but it's funny.
It was a cent for time.
My favorite story of yours involves an airport.
Oh, listen, that monk deserved it.
It's such a good story. I mean, honestly, how many people do you know that's done that?
Probably more than you think.
I don't think so.
It's the reason why they're not allowed in the airport anymore, Rob.
Oh, I didn't know they weren't allowed in the airport.
Egyptians did transplants too. Some of those skulls were found in the Egyptian tombs as well. Beat me to it. It's about to say they had translucent hair. We're full of knowledge on this show. That's right. Shop night is always fun and educational.
Yay! Educational.
Hello from Italy. It's good to see you on. Hi, everybody at Dead End Yard Haunt. Okay. I'm making the werewolves.
Oh, werewolves, not werewolves.
They are werewolves, not swearwolves. That is from a very good movie called What We Do in the Shadows.
You know, I just realized recently that was Tika, the guy that directed
Oh, absolutely.
Thor Ragnarok. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Oh,
I didn't recognize him.
it's right up his sense of humor.
It is. He is just hilarious. I like that guy.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I get enough gray off of here to just use this for the flesh too. In Italy, we have an artist like you named Sergio. I will look up his work. I'm always very intrigued. One of my favorite Etsy shops is located in Italy, and they actually make fiberglass masks and armor. And it's wonderful, and I can't remember their name right now. But their shop is on my favorites list on Etsy. And they are based in Italy. I will probably travel to Italy one day because, no, I just want to. And my wife wants to.
Would you see Rome? Would you see the Vatican?
You know what? I wish they had like a tourist experience where you could go fight gladiators in the Colosseum. That would be so awesome.
Of course you do.
I would absolutely love that. Come on down, put on this armor.
They do have a...
Go toe to toe with some...
They do have a... I forgot what it's called. They do have a gladiatorial school there that you can actually go take
Gladiator classes?
Yes.
Is it a lista? Is that what it's called?
I don't remember.
The school has a name. I think it's a lista.
It does have a name. I don't think that's it.
Well, for those I don't know, but I'm sure you're wrong kind of deals.
No, it's in my head. I just can't think of it. You're gonna probably be right.
I do like me some gladiators. Not like in a like gladiators kind of way, but you know.
Do you like gladiator movies, Bill?
Yeah. You ever see a grown man naked? Now we're quoting the movie Airplane, by the way. Classic comedy. In that movie, O.J. Simpson pretends to kill people. That's how you know it's a movie.
Rome Gladiator School, yeah.
What's a gladiator school called?
I'm looking. Lanista.
Lanista, that's what it is, not a lista. I was so close. Well, we'll definitely get there, Samantha.
Yeah, Viator's Roman Gladiator School. Learn how to become a gladiator. It's got a 5-star rating.
I'm sure it does.
And it's classified as martial arts classes.
Who doesn't like gladiator school?
I want you to know that what you want exists. And
While Shannon takes cooking classes from some little Italian grandmother's kitchen, I will go to gladiator school. Sounds fun.
Shannon's like, look what I made. And you're like, boy, I have an appetite.
Yeah, look at the wound I got. You gotta eat all them olives and mozzarella cheese here, but I can take my wound for customs. So the second coat, you can see how much brighter. I just hit this one eyebrow. You can see how much brighter it gets from the second coat.
That is something I've honestly never thought about.
What's that?
That you could get injured and take medication and go through customs, no.
Yeah.
But God forbid you bring an orange.
Yeah, don't bring an orange.
Don't bring an orange.
Well, different countries have different standards, and I completely understand not bringing oranges through because, you know, different countries have different agricultural diseases that go through plants. And, you know, their plants are not ready for us, and our plants aren't ready for them. You have like an American Indian measles thing going on, but with fruits.
Hey, you want a blanket?
Did you just offer them a blanket?
I did. That's with all the history jokes. I did hear an interesting theory about why the Fae don't like iron.
What is your theory as far as why the Fae don't like iron? Because I have one too that I have developed.
I didn't say it was my theory. I said I heard it today, and I actually find it very interesting. So when the Saxons were sacking the Isles, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of during the Bronze Age, as far as the Celts and the Picts go.
Yeah.
So they only had, arrows and bronze weapons. Well, an iron sword is going to break a bronze sword.
Yes.
So that's why iron, the Picts being a diminutive people, they were the Fae, and the Saxons coming in with their iron weapons defeated them.
Well, my theory is a little bit more esoteric and magical based. Iron represents the progress of man.
Huh.
Iron, with fairies, man was dependent upon nature. Man stopped becoming dependent upon nature when he started forging iron. And then that led to steel, that led to the Industrial Revolution, and that led to us going away from nature, which is why the Fae detest iron.
Do you think they had seers that could tell where this was going?
Well, I think that they could just see that they were taking something of the earth and making it not of the earth.
Huh.
It is now from man. Earth doesn't make it.
Same could be said about plastic.
Well, that's true. But I think we've killed all of the fairies off before we, most of them, before we started on plastic.
Oh, so you're operating under the premise that the Fae actually existed.
Yes, I'm operating under the, all of these theories have evolved of mine from having the Monster Museum. So the Monster Museum, in that aspect, the character there and that mindset is that all of that is real.
That's valid. I can tell you that the Fae are not gone.
You can tell from how often you lose your car keys. Okay, I forgot this jaw, so it only has one coat, whereas this face will have two coats when I'm done putting a coat on it. So again, I'm just hitting the highlights. All that dark is still staying in. I'm still letting the black that we base this with do its job. And that's making all of the dark areas dark. But this is popping all of that detail, all those textures I put in there, all those wrinkles. They're just coming right to the surface with dry brushing. There comes a point in dry brushing where you're just moving around paint, and you don't want to do that. As soon as you're just moving it around, you need to move on so that you can put on more. I'm watching which direction my lines go in, and I want to go across them. If I went with them, the bristles of the brush would go down in those lines. I need to go across them. So right now, it's about 9 o'clock, I think. I'll probably be on another half an hour. That's about it. But that'll get me actually pretty far into these guys.
He's much faster than me, ladies and gentlemen.
I will not be done with them. I do. I work very fast. I'm not indecisive in the least. Even when I'm painting something for the first time, I normally have an idea of what I want, and then I just do it. Indecision slows you down.
And the thing that's misleading is he actually plots it all out in his head days in advance.
Yeah.
It's not like he just walks in blank.
No, can't do that.
Which is a good way to approach life, really.
Cemetery Man is one of your favorites.
That's a fun movie.
How's everyone in chat? We're doing just fine over here.
Cemetery Man's awesome. That's pretty obscure. A lot of people don't know about that.
Yes, we drive to Transworld.
Because we are separated.
Shannon can be packed in 5 minutes for Italy. Great, good to know. That's my wife.
We're not going to Transworld. We're going to Italy. That's okay. Just leave me the keys to the van. We got this.
And they've taken over from me talking about iron is man moving away from nature. And that leads to Crom, the riddle of steel.
The riddle of steel!
Yes.
Well, he does know what's best in life.
What is best in life? To crush your enemies, have them driven before you. The lamentation of their women.
Food for wolves.
I am indeed a Conan fan.
You couldn't have been our age in the 80s when Conan came out and not be a fan.
You could if you were a terrible person.
You're a terrible person.
How can you not like Conan and Arnold?
Especially, what year did it come out? 82? We were 7. How many of us were running around our backyard with sticks and swords? Come on. The whole Conan thing.
I certainly was.
Hell yeah, every boy was.
The first haunted house I got paid to work at, one of the things I bought myself with my profits was a Conan sword. It was the real cheap one from India, and I broke it like shortly after I got it because handed thing, and I swung and I stopped, and the rat tail tang just broke right off of it. I'm like, you know, I bought it at one of those knife shops in the mall. I was very upset. Would have written out a strongly worded letter.
You're still upset.
I'm still mad about that.
Still mad. Yeah, it's like all your hopes and dreams just broke.
That was my budget ghetto Atlantean sword. Okay. So now I have this color on here, and I'm going to go with another color, which is very similar, but I'm going to lighten it. I want to add a little bit of white to this. Zoop. So a little bit of white goes in there. Getting the paint out of the tips of my squirt bottles.
That's important.
Should flow a little better now. I'm just going to add a little bit of white right now to these. Not a lot. I'm just going to lighten up that color. And I'll do another layer of color on top of these. So the heaviest dry brush that I did is that first one, and it covered almost everything. And now this next dry brush that I do will be a little bit lighter. So now I'm going to have the light gray that I'm using, the medium gray, and the black. I'll have 3 layers of color just from 2 layers of dry brush. But these are actually still a little bit wet. It's kind of rainy today in Texas, so this is taking a while to dry. Even though I'm dry brushing, it's still taking a while to dry up.
It's been the wettest winter ever.
While I am waiting on that, if I need that to dry, I'm going to grab the soldering iron, because on this, these little zip ties, I need to melt them down so they're not snaggy. And I'll just do that while it's on there. I'm going to switch with you, Rob. Cords.
Okay.
Because I want this plugged into this, and you want this plugged into this.
You ever seen the movie Haunted Honeymoon?
Haunted Honeymoon.
Yeah. Gene Wilder, Gilda Radner, Louise.
I'm sure I have, but it was a while ago.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it good? I think it was Gilda Radner's last film. She was awesome.
So, what's the movie where it is Aykroyd and he's like a judge and he sentences these people?
Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing But Trouble. That's what it was.
That is a horrible film. It's got Demi Moore in it.
It's wonderful.
It's got a lot of people. It's got the Digital Underground who did the Humpty Dance.
Yes.
They're in it.
Yes. It's thrilling.
John Candy's in that too.
Yep.
And Dan Aykroyd had that horrible prosthetic on his nose.
Yes, it looked a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Bit? It looked a whole lot like. Yeah, we were just a walking litany of obscure 80s.
That's what I thought Court was like. That's because I saw that as a kid. You know, I thought, oh, that's what courts are like. Okay. And then the next thing I saw was Night Court. I'm like, okay, this is less zany, but not a lot less zany.
Speaking of Night Court, Richard Mole was in Sword and the Sorcerer. I didn't know that.
He was.
Yes.
Richard Mole was also in Alien vs. Predator 2. He was the Predator, I believe. Yes.
He was also in Sleigh Bells.
Sleigh Bells. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a Krampus film.
That sounds terrible. Richard Mole is passed now,
Yes, he is.
as is Harry from Night Court.
And the older woman.
Roz.
Not Roz, who Roz replaced.
And then John Larroquette, I also like him. He was in Night Court.
And he's also in The Librarians.
All right, so now what I've done is this scarf was zip tied on. You can see the zip ties, but I melted them with the soldering iron so that they're not cutty. You know, they're not going to hurt anybody. Missed one though. I know because it poked me.
You did it.
And it's always good to have a lot of things going in your shop. So I'm waiting. I'm just, you know, if I was just staring at that paint while it dried, I'd be wasting time. I don't do that. Always have other things that you can do.
Lots of irons in the file.
Yes, sometimes actual soldering irons.
Sometimes.
Not in an actual fire. But, all right, so that's on. Since that was much rejoicing. Throw this belt back on. See, and this will just cover up over this belt. This look nice, you know, adds texture and detail. Nice. Okay. Richard Mole was a trained Shakespearean actor. That's awesome.
Did not know that.
Mrs. Sullivan is still alive. We have a lot of Night Court fans on here, apparently. Is Rob? No, Rob is not running a sewing machine, that's for sure. We don't do that anymore.
Hey now.
Rob is currently gluing helmets together. He's
Man.
putting helmets together.
I'm working.
Are you doing all the halves together, all the halves first?
Yeah.
You're pouring glue out. Okay, there you go.
I am trying to do this.
Don't forget I got to put that inch strip in, so just do each half, and then I'll put them in later or whatever. But anyway, okay. Both of these look dry enough, so I'll just start with this one. So I want to use less paint on this than I did last time. Dry brush means I'm getting most of the paint off of my brush before I go to it, so that it's not wet. Wet paint would just fill in all those details. I don't want that. And I'm hitting higher spots now, and I'm leaving that other color in there too. See the difference? And each layer should take a little bit less time because I am putting less paint on. Was that your Night Court theme music,
Yeah,
Rob?
I got it in my head. I love that show. I had a crush on Marky Post.
Blonde lady?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
She was cute. I just saw her the other day in the Santa Clarita diet.
Is your love still true?
No.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I had the biggest crush when I was a kid next to Elvira, because Elvira's always the top of that list,
Yeah.
was Sheena Easton.
Sheena Easton.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I know she's a singer. I don't even know I can't name what song she does.
I didn't care that she sung. Dana Delaney. That's another one.
From China Beach.
Yep.
My mom watched that show, and I didn't understand it. All I knew that there was heroin, and not enough, like, war going on for a war show. You might watch a whole episode and no one shoots a gun. Man, this is a terrible war show. But I was a kid, so what do I know?
Did you not like MASH either?
Oh. So, no, I did not like MASH.
MASH is great.
When I was a kid, all right, we had one channel. There was one channel. And I knew that everything good in my life ended as soon as I heard the MASH theme song. Because it was MASH and then Taxi. And I hated both of those two shows.
How could you hate Taxi?
Because I was a kid. I didn't care about what happened at a taxi station.
Taxi was funny.
Now, there was a TV show on for a very short time. I think it was called Sword and Sorcerer. And it had the actor from Taxi who played the actor.
Yeah.
He was in it. He was the lead of this Sword and Sorcery TV show. It was terrible, and it only lasted a couple of episodes. Sheena Easton is smoking hot, and she sung You Got the Look. I know that song. You saw Sheena here in Rowlett.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hello, Daryl. Thank you. I'm glad you're a fan. I appreciate that, sir.
I was at that concert. That was 4th of July, and Sheena Easton did play in Rowlett.
All right. Said that during a con panel discussion. William Catt, the greatest American hero.
That's right.
I loved that show too. I used to watch that and The Fall Guy.
Oh, The Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy was one of my favorite shows. I wanted to be a stuntman for a while.
Still is a good show. I still have the VHS. I have on a VHS tape the Fall Guy episode in the haunted house with Elvira.
Nice. Okay.
Hell yeah. Oh, Elvira. Me and Elvira go way back.
Elvira, it's how puberty was achieved for Rob.
Man, was it? Hell, last time I met her, I damn near went back into puberty.
Yeah, she was just at one of those shows I was at.
She is so so lovely.
And she's a nice lady too. I've got to meet her a couple times.
That's what I mean by lovely. I mean, a lot of times you meet your celebrity and it's like, oh, okay. But her, she's such a nice person.
And you know what? I have been there. I have met people who I looked up to, and they were just jerks. And that's one of the, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So anybody you meet, spend the time with them, talk to them, be nice. You never know what they think of you, unless you're a jerk. Then you know what they think of you.
Unless you don't care.
See, that is a nice gray dry brush. It's a light gray, and I might even stop here on this. I was going to do one more layer on this guy. No, I won't.
One of my favorite celebrities I ever met, just because of the funniness of it, is Gary Busey.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he was hilarious.
You enjoyed meeting Gary Busey?
Yes. He didn't mean to be hilarious. He just was.
But he was Gary Busey?
He was Gary Busey.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious. What was the situation behind you meeting him?
This is just Texas Frightener.
I met Robert Picardo.
Oh, nice guy.
I met him at Chiller Theater Horror Convention, and it was while he was doing the Voyager Star Trek show, and it was like Voyager fan, Voyager fan, Voyager fan, and I'm like, you were so awesome in Legend, Meg Mucklebones is great, and it's Eddie Quist, because he was in The Howling. I mean, Robert Picardo has been in a lot of amazing stuff that I really love. So.
Wait, here's Red Knucklebones?
He was Meg Mucklebones.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he was. He was also Eddie Quist, the main werewolf from The Howling. That's the wet. You are the rye.
He is arguably one of the better parts of Deep Voyager.
Yeah? Alright, so these guys' base coat is done. I'm done basing them out. I'm going to grab some smaller brushes. Look, Rob left some smaller brushes.
I did.
I'm going to grab some Mo paints.
As far as the Star Trek series go, I think it's Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Next Generation.
The Howling was beautiful. I love that movie. One of my favorite werewolf movies.
I own that movie.
You met Chris Potter, nice guy. Richard Dean Anderson was a jerk.
Was he?
And apparently it depends on the day you meet Tom Savini. Like every time I see him, he's nice, but I've heard not good things.
It depends on the day. But Savini's a good guy.
Every guy loves Elvira. She doesn't age. Dukes of Hazzard, Incredible Hulk, back to back. Exactly right.
Look at me. I'm going to book
The Fall Guy had Heather Thomas. Yes, that's very true.
Yes, it did. Woo.
They were securing their teen male audience.
I was secured.
I feel secure.
I feel secure. I'll tell you a celebrity I met that surprised me about how nice she was. Of course. She didn't have to be nice.
Well,
She was really, really awesome.
she didn't have to do a lot of things.
That's true. The 80s were a strange time.
Tracy Lords, of course, famous for the Blade movie. She's in, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's famous for.
Remember your audience, Rob. Okay, so I just have a little bit of a nice mauvey purpley color, and I'm going to hit that under these eyes. And I'm also going to use it on the gums. And I'm making sure a lot of it is off of the brush. I just want to stain the area.
Tobin Bell's really good. He's a good, nice guy, too.
Is he?
Yeah. Malcolm McDowell was kind of indifferent. Lance Hendrickson, good guy. He was really talkative. Turns out Wilford Brimley has no diabetes sense of humor whatsoever.
Well, yeah.
I figured
Very serious disease, Rob.
I have it, and I thought if I could get a picture of me and Wilford Brumley going diabetes would be awesome. He did not. He did not share with me my enthusiasm.
Well, I think in his mind, he's had this great long acting career, and now everybody's talking about his diabetes commercials.
Well, I went to go see him because of Thing, but I was like, hey, I got diabetes too, you know. It was.
We're diabetes bros.
He did not care.
He does not. Well, really does not care about your diabetes.
He does not.
Well,
Turns out he's a lovely man, though. Don't listen to my opinion.
that is how Rob was kicked out of Costco.
Kicked out of what?
Costco. I just made that part up.
Don't come back to the Woolworths.
A guy in Indiana bought the Cadillac from Cocoon, Elliford, and the cast sign of the visor. Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes, I watched Kolchak the Night Stalker. I have a friend who actually cosplays as Kolchak the Night Stalker, and he looks spot on.
That's a great show.
Mick Moreau.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great show. I really enjoyed that.
Let me play with the crotch gun from Dusk Till Dawn. That's awesome. Savini is a good guy to me. He's always been nice to me. Okay, we're caught up. Wilford. Wilford signed the visor. I should have gotten that from context clues. But I am your friend, not your smart friend.
Man. Hey, Immortal just came out with a moving jaw mask.
What kind? Well, they're silicone masks. Of course they're moving jaw.
No, they're like much more defined.
Nice. Show them to the camera. It's cool stuff. Well, like I said, man, Immortal knockout products this year.
Man.
There's certainly a booth to go see at Transworld.
All right, yeah. George.
Did teeth these are latex and they're in the mask. I did not use pumpkin teeth on the Wolfman. On this werewolf, I should say. Not a Wolfman.
Are you really cutting it at 9:30?
Yeah.
Okay, you got like 8 minutes.
Okay. I have 8 minutes left.
Just let me know where you're at.
But I will have all of the hand painting done, and these guys will just be on airbrush. So what kind of projects are you guys working on tonight? Everybody who's watching, what are you working on? Obviously, I have werewolves in the mix. I worked on our Grim Reaper costume a little bit.
I've cranked out a witch, a zombie,
You've done some pours.
done some pours, cleaned the shop.
You've got some helmets punched out.
I got one mostly put together except for the inch strip. And I've got 3 drying, which is sexy. You fall down. Don't like that. So,
Behind me, you might think that Rob is talking to a person. No, he's talking to a mask. Haunt ambient music soundtrack. Very cool. You're working on or with a flocking machine. Do you have a flocking machine? I am going to get myself a flocking machine for these werewolves, actually. My werewolves and my cats, I want to flock them.
I want to flock them too. That seems like in a lot of ways would be easier.
Oh no, flock gets everywhere. It gets in your eyes. Flocking is actually kind of terrible.
Oh, so wear goggles.
It's like fiberglass.
Oh.
It's like the fiberglass of the furring world.
You've totally turned me off on all of it.
You no longer want to flock
I
anything.
no longer want to flock. Fiberglass fiasco 2017.
One of your favorite days.
Why am I sticky?
That's how it is, Rob.
Oh, I hate it. It's like every bare patch of skin itched for a week.
Yeah. That's how you know you're doing it right.
It was awful. You wonder what it's like to have scabies? Go do some fiberglass.
Scabies. Scabies is not something that I think about on a regular basis.
That's because you've never had it.
Never had the scabies.
I've had the scabies, and I think about it every time I see a piece of furniture or clothing on the side of the road.
Is that what you got scabies from?
No, I got scabies because one of my roommates thought he'd be nice and let a homeless guy sleep on our couch.
Nice. Well, there you go. What'd you learn, Rob?
Don't let homeless people sleep in your house.
Okay, that's one thing. You could have learned that. That's fair.
It makes me a horrible person. That's what scares me every time you steal blankets from homeless people.
Well, I pick them up with tongs. I take them right to the washer and I run it on sanitation setting. It's not like I'm not being preventative. So at dark hour, we have a cubby in the side of the building.
I love the fact you have to be like, okay, now let's be clear why I'm stealing blankets.
And homeless people will shack up in there and they'll pee in the corner and they will leave beer cans and they will sometimes leave their blankets. Well, their blankets are like pre-distressed and great to use in a haunted house. So whenever I see in there, I steal their blankets and I wash them and we use them in the show. There you go. Working on Dragon Head. That's awesome, Linda. Sculpting some mini caricatures.
That.
Working on my wings and painting. Working on a Necronomicon laptop case. You guys are awesome because how many cool things you're making.
That's really cool.
Making a flocker for my werewolf. You're working on your Venetian vampire ball mask. That's very cool.
Sweet.
What did the Venetian vampire say when it got to the ball?
No, don't do it.
I'm a Venetian vampire. That's what it said. Nothing else. You're sculpting a ripped face prosthetic.
Nice.
Hairing a zombie mask and working on a skull sock mask and pouring a silicone mold. You're multitasking. Careful, because you're working with latex and silicone at the same time. Watch that cross pollution. Yeah, Michael J. Lasseter, he don't mess around. Well, very cool, guys. Very cool. I'm glad that you all are making stuff.
Well, let's. I'm unplugging this.
All right, so, Rob,
Yeah.
I have the two jaws are painted.
Sweet.
The two heads are painted. I'll probably do one more round of a slightly lighter. No, I'm just going to do it right now.
Now you said you're gonna flock these guys?
No, I want to flock werewolves. It won't be this year because I don't have a flocking gun. I am adding more white to the flesh.
Eddie Bluntzer says, "Howdy, Alan. How you doing?"
Hey, I'm doing great.
Looks like we're all walking and watching.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fondlin says, "I'm thinking silicone, but not sure." Lol, Nook, True Dat. Hey Nora, how you doing, babe?
That's not some random lady that Rob is harassing on the air here.
Oh, I'm absolutely
He's-
harassing her.
Well, yes, but he's also dating her,
I am.
so that's like permission to harass.
That's right.
Like.
I am dating Nora.
No still means no. However, saying "Hey baby" is completely appropriate. See, now I'm putting even less on.
She's only stabbed me once or twice. I'm mutilating some deer taxidermy. Nice. Scott Little. Hey, Alan and everyone from Northeast Ohio. Hello, Melissa.
Hello. See, now I'm just putting on that's really getting lighter. But you see all that layers of paint in there.
Hey, Scott, I just found a red-tailed hawk on the side of the road. Ah, man.
Now, law says you're not supposed to pick them up. So be careful of what you do with it. And if you make something out of it, be careful of where you sell it. Raptors and corvids, you are not allowed to pick up off the side of the road. Because the issue becomes then, did you pick it up off the side of the road or did you kill it? And it's hard to tell that when you've got it in the trunk of your car or in your freezer.
Like, I found out, I was given from a friend of mine who's a Native American. He gave me a fan made from a crow's wing. And turns out I wasn't supposed to have it.
No. And if you try to sell it, you could get busted.
No, I didn't sell it. I actually traded it for a tattoo.
Well, there you go.
And that guy went off to a very successful career doing something other than tattoos.
I see.
Mm-hmm. I watched a guy apply flocking with an airbrush. Wait, what? I watched a guy apply flocking with an airbrush, blowing it from his hand to the prop.
Sure. As long as you get your electricity right and you can get the flocking to stand up, that works just fine.
Do they? I have a crow from England. They don't have the laws there. Okay. Do they taste like chicken? Says Dead End Yard Haunt. I don't know. I've never eaten a corvid.
Corvids.
Sure, it tastes foul.
I see what you did there.
Stupid jokes.
And then
dad jokes.
most of this really white gray off of the brush. And now to make sure I'm confident, I go in and I chest it. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Now I know there's going to be hair all over this, but I'm just kind of painting it anyway. And hey, Rob,
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
Why don't you pour up a bunch of mask blanks? You don't have to do anything to them. That's our $30 bid. Blanks.
Sure. Just whatever? You
Yeah,
pick
whatever.
Sure. Does that sound good to you, viewing audience?
Because I think people want to buy mask blanks now. I think enough people are exposed, but maybe they don't want to make molds. But they're exposed enough where they do want to paint a mask.
$30 blanks. Okay. I can definitely do that. Hell, if I cranked out 5 a night.
So the next thing I've got to do on these is airbrush some shading, and then I will pop the teeth, and then these guys are done.
And hair.
Well, yeah. And I'll work on the hair. You know what? I'll probably have you cut out the hair on Thursday.
Okay. Sunday, I know it's going to be Paint Palooza.
Because tomorrow I pull the Reaper. I will pull the Grim Reaper off of the farm over here. I'll take him off. I won't do a hair transfer on these. Do these with fur. Frankly, I don't charge enough. The werewolf masks are $300. They've got big ears on them. They're full hair and moving jaw. They're $300. So, yeah. But, you know, yeah. Hair transfer, no. No. Very work intensive. I'd have to charge $500 for them. Yeah, that happens. I've had masks. Yes, like the Khajiit had fur transfer on it. Hair transfer, fur transfer, whatever. You'll buy one. Well, that's very good to know.
You'll buy one of the werewolves or Khajiits?
Humberto, thank you very much. Greetings to you in Mexico, sir. That sound was an alarm telling me it's 9:30. Are magpies the same as blackbirds? Magpies are corvids. They're the black and white crows, basically. They're very similar. And ravens just a little bigger.
Ravens big. Ravens are big. Bigger than you'd expect.
Well, I've seen them.
I've been bitten by one.
All right, so gang, we're out for the night. We got some progress done. Did you make 2 left sides of helmet?
No.
Oh, they're just facing the other ways?
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
they're the right size.
Nice. Okay. So, well, bye. Gang, you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Amazing amount of people this evening.
Thanks, stuff.
Appreciate that you guys hung out with us. As Rob has just said, and I always say at the end of these,